that's what we're going to focus on. We'll take his lead, and we all have to be united.
Has Canada been bringing a knife to a gunfight so far?
I wouldn't say that, but you know, it's very hard to deal with President Trump when he changes his mind every single day. One day the Prime Minister is with him side by side, and next thing you know, President Trump turns on him like a rabid dog.
Do you have any plans to go down to D.C.?
Not in the near future, but just have to keep the message going. We have to stay united. We're a strong country. We're a sovereign country, and we need to fight tooth and nail. We can't fight on our back foot all the time. We have to take the offense.
With USTR saying that there won't be a deal until late in the year, that basically means these tariffs are coming on, that there won't be a deal in the next month. Is that how you read things?
Well, if President Trump wants to tax his own people, and when you tax your own people and you have uncertainty and you stall investment, that's what happens. And when you have certainty, then you have investment, you have jobs, you have production, you have lower cost of goods.
So speaking of targeting Americans, how this is hurting Americans, we're hearing there might be a strategy from the Canadian government to target states or areas in the United States that could be facing a harder cost of living already, that could have impacts on Trump come the fall elections. Is that something you've heard as well?
I haven't heard that. We'll find out what the Prime Minister is saying today.
Would you be supportive of that approach?
100% I'd be supportive. We have to hit them back with everything we have until they feel the pain. And we have to protect Canada. We have to protect our interests and our jobs and our economy. We're diversifying trade right now, led by the Prime Minister as he's traveling around, building relationships. And that's the reason I'm going down to the U.S. to continue building relationships with governors. And I can tell you one thing, no matter if they're Democrat or Republican, the ground is shifting down there. People are getting anxious. They want certainty. They want to make sure there's stability in the U.S. And as long as he continues to fight with his number one customer in the world, there's not going to be stability. Okay?
When it comes to retaliatory tariffs, do you think more of your provincial counterparts and territorial counterparts are on side or against responding with force?
Well, I think we have a united team. We differ across the country. We have different needs, and it's different from BC all the way out to PEI and everything in between. I have to protect Ontario. I have to protect the manufacturing, the auto sector, the steel sector. That's my main focus.
But if you don't agree on tactics,
I'm sorry?
If you don't agree on tactics, how can
Well,
you say you're united?
Well, we always come out united. I've went through, 38 premiers since I've been elected, and we're all different political stripes, but we are united. We have different areas that we want to focus on, but our number one focus is Team Canada, led by the Prime Minister. But I got to get into breakfast. As you can tell, I don't miss too many breakfasts.
We'll chat with you later then.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Did you guys talk about this last night as well, or not too much?
Not too much. We just had a good time.
This morning, the federal government announced funding for replacement of the undersea cables between Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick. So we're happy to kickstart this project, which is very important for the energy future of Prince Edward Island and a strong, reliable energy system here in Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island has outpaced the national average in 10 of the last 11 years in economic growth, and electricity and energy security is becoming a barrier for us to continue that growth. So this project ensures that we'll have a strong energy future here in Prince Edward Island, strong, resilient energy future to continue economic growth in Prince Edward Island. And it's very important that we work together as a region to strengthen our energy grid and have access to the energy that we need to continue on the growth trajectory we've been on for the past number of decades. So I'll hand it to Susan for her remarks.
Yeah, happy to add that New Brunswick is really pleased to see the federal government fund these subsea cables, because we agree a strong, resilient energy infrastructure in this region is going to help PEI grow, and that's good for New Brunswick. It's going to help New Brunswick grow, and that's good for the region. We serve as a bit of the energy hub in the Maritimes, and so having the right kind of cables that let us wheel the power they need and watch the growth of the renewable sector in PEI PEI and how that's going to benefit New Brunswickers means that we can deliver affordable, reliable, sustainable energy to our populations that match their ambitions for their businesses in the world. So really pleased to be collaborating with our good friends in PEI and the federal government on the funding of these interties.
How much funding?
5.9 million.
5.9 million.
That's just funding the assessments and the studies. This is not funding construction of the cables. That will be a much bigger price tag, right? This is funding for a very preliminary study.
This is $5.9 million for the planning and technical work to lay the groundwork for the actual work to happen. As you can imagine, this is a sophisticated project. We've done it before, but there's environmental implications. There's a lot of technical work to be designed. So this is the first stage, absolutely, but we fully expect to implement, install new cables between Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick. But this is the first phase of that work. It needs to be undertaken to make it all happen.
What kind of a capacity increase are you looking for per year? I noticed like across PEI there's all kinds of solar panels and stuff because you don't have your domestic energy generation.
Yeah.
How much more capacity are you looking to have the potential to bring in here?
About 200 megawatts. So look, we've got a peak demand of about 400 megawatts now. We can meet that demand through the intertie to New Brunswick and some of our local renewable resources, but that often relies on the wind blowing and the sun shining at the right time, and obviously you can't rely on that. So this is very important for our energy security here in Prince Edward Island. And you know,
Yeah, we can share.
yeah, you want to share some more
We're doing
news?
double duty here
Yeah.
because between PEI and New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, we've just signed an MOU on regional energy cooperation to do some regional energy planning, to look at those transmissions and those connections and make sure that our generation and our sharing of electricity infrastructure is complementary, then it benefits all three of our provinces and really strengthens our ability to be resilient. And so it's a unique MOU between the three maritime provinces that shows that we are going to cooperate on our planning and on how we manage assets and investments so that all of us can have a more resilient environment and an ultimately more affordable environment for maritimers and their electricity prices.
As Chair, what is your ask to the Prime Minister in today's meeting in regard to Canada-U.S. relations and negotiations? What's your specific ask?
Est-ce que je peux peut-être continuer en français pour l'information sur l'énergie premièrement, puis après ça, on
Sure,
peut
go
déterminer, parce que je sais, il y a quelques médias francophones ici, alors on aimerait partager qu'on a signé une entente avec les trois provinces maritimes, la Nouvelle-Écosse, l'île du Prince-Édouard et le Nouveau-Brunswick, pour un partenariat en la planification de nos systèmes d'énergie de façon régionale, un partage de notre infrastructure, nos plans de transmission et de génération, pour ce qu'on peut tous avoir des systèmes qui supportent un et l'autre et avoir de l'énergie le plus abordable que possible pour nos résidents, le plus fiable et le plus durable. Alors ça, c'est quelque chose qu'on sait qu'on est plus fort ensemble, on est mieux outillés ensemble si on connecte nos travails, nos plans et nos systèmes. Ici dans le maritime, on peut avoir un environnement énergétique qui va répondre à la croissance de nos économies et les besoins de le Néo-Brunswickois, ceux qui vivent en île du Prince-Édouard et en Nouvelle-Écosse aussi.
Yeah, and I'll just add that both of these initiatives, the undersea cables and this MOU to explore regional cooperation here in the Maritimes, align perfectly with the National Electricity Strategy. The intertie to New Brunswick, obviously, is perfectly aligned with the strategy to connect the country as we electrify. This MOU makes sense. We're three small provinces in a small region who have been operating generally independently in our electricity sphere, and this is an opportunity to explore regional collaboration on planning, operation, and maybe ultimately governance through an independent system operator here in the region. So we can realize real efficiencies to make the grid more resilient and affordable here in the maritime region, and this makes sense.
What's your specific ask as best chair to the Prime Minister in today's meeting in regard to Canada-U.S. relations and negotiations?
Yeah, I think that what I would like to hear, and I look forward to hearing the Prime Minister's strategy, but my advice would be this is a time, I believe, that we should be aggressive and look for a comprehensive deal that deals with all the outstanding issues rather than just what's been thrown at us this week with these specific new tariffs.
What's aggressive? What does that mean?
A comprehensive deal to finally try to make some significant progress through on things like the sectoral tariffs that have been looming over us for far too long and having a big impact on the economy of this country.
Nous autres, on apprécie vraiment que le premier ministre Carney partage avec nous, puis qu'on est inclus dans la discussion, parce que toutes les provinces ont des besoins uniques et des relations uniques avec les États-Unis. Alors, l'objectif est d'avoir une stratégie unifiée et considérée où on peuvent tous utiliser nos relations, nos connexions avec l'industrie dans les États-Unis, nos voisins, pour arriver à notre objectif commun. Puis ça, c'est avoir une entente de libre-échange sans tarif. Alors, on partage et on fait la stratégie ensemble. Puis après ça, l'équipe du Canada peut aller et vraiment faire le travail dont on a besoin.
Are the latest tariffs dividing premiers? They don't hit all provinces equally, and you're seeing differences in strategy expressed by premiers. Are you guys on the same page? What's going on?
No, the beauty of this table is that it's extremely collegial, and so we like these opportunities to come together where we can each share what are our realities, how are we tackling them, who has ideas on what to do and how, and then we bring those all together and we debate and we brainstorm and we come up with the thing that we can all agree to and that we're all prepared to advance. So it really is a collegial and collaborative environment where we each express different views, but we come together and agree on something in the end. And so we might have different ways of coming at it, but all of us are committed to Team Canada. Now is the time to be unified and to show to the U.S. that we are one strong nation from coast to coast to coast, that the president can't divide, and that we will continue to work together in the best interest of Canadians in ways that are great for Islanders and certainly great for New Brunswickers. En français? Oui, non, je sais que c'est peut-être, il y a toujours un désir pour les médias de voir si c'est divisé et absolument chacun exprime leur perspective unique, leur opinion unique. On a des débats, on a des échanges, on partage de l'information, mais c'est vraiment génial le ton et l'objectif est toujours d'arriver à quelque part où on est tous d'accord. Et quand on a arrivé à ce point où nous sommes tous d'accord, ceci c'est la façon qu'on peut aller de l'avant comme une équipe de Canada. Ça, c'est l'objectif, de démontrer aux États-Unis que nous sommes un pays canadien de chaque bord de la rive, au nord, en l'ouest, en l'est, ensemble. Et ça, c'est qu'est-ce qu'on va avancer pour protéger les Canadiens et notre économie canadienne comme une équipe de premiers ministres qui sont tous... On a des approches différentes, mais l'objectif est commun et on va y arriver ensemble.